Thumbs up, y'all. Thumbs up. What's going on, Consciouztv? Welcome to another riveting live stream. It is your favorite breakdown commentator, CTV. Hope you guys are having a awesome Friday. I'm tired as hell, but I'm pushing through. Oh my God. I am tired as all hell, y'all. But we working, child. And because I'm working, you gotta work too, baby. So I need y'all to share the stream out. I need you guys to get the word out. I need you guys to also thumbs up the video. You guys know that thumbing up the video not only helps with YouTube's algorithm, but more importantly, it triggers up YouTube's notification system. So when you are thumbing up the video, you are literally knocking on the digital door of another country's crew member and telling them to get their black asses into the sanctuary. Also, shout out to all the new subbies. If you are new here, definitely subscribe. We are a multi-purpose, all-purpose platform. We do it all here, baby, from politics to spirituality to roasting, the gagging, celebrity tea interviews. I mean, you get it all served to you on a whole platter, child. So get into it. Also, make sure that you guys have your notification bell set to all so that you never miss a day or hour when the king is, in fact, king. And last but not least, please share the stream out to wherever it is you have digital community, whether that be your YouTube community wall, your FaceTime, your FaceTime, your Facebook, your Snapchat, your MySpace, or the dark side of Twitter, Tumblr, or your personal OF. I don't really give a damn where you lay the link. Just let them whores know that we're live, and we're certainly in color. With no further ado, let's go ahead and push on through. Okay.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, what's going on, you guys? As you all know, all donation information is in the description box below. I want to shout out to Papa, okay, my baby father from last night, who gave me a nasty piece of child support check. You guys know we covered the TD Jakes and Dwayne Youngblood lawsuit. We had Pam the Law Intellect pull up, baby. Okay, that was off the chain. We had Dr. Reed himself pull up. We had St. James pull up. So you guys make sure that you guys get into yesterday's update on TD Jake's lawsuit against Dwayne Youngblood, baby, because it's going down in that lawsuit. I'm also going to at some point today, probably after I take a damn nap, because I'm so tired, I'm gonna probably chop up that live stream last night to isolate Pam's commentary and to isolate Dr. Reed's commentary as well. All right, but check that out. That was good stuff. Also, shout out to my baby mother Tanika and my baby mother Todd. My baby father Todd. But there's a piece of child support check. Shout out to everybody. And once again, you guys know that all donation information is in the description box below. $ Consciouztv on Cash App, spelled just how it is here on the platform, as well as paypal.me/Consciouztv, spelled just how it is here on the platform. And all information, once again, is in the ticker below and in the description box as well. Now, let me speak to everybody in the building before we get started. Please thumbs up. You guys, I've been working so hard. YouTube is not sending out my notifications, so I need all of the likes, What's going on, Shauna, TGIF, Carolyn, Serena, Rumors and T, Valerie, Brown, Mama, It's Nene. What's going on, Whippy Rock? Hey, High Mental Abilities. Hey, baby. What's going on, Mel NYC Reviews? Hey, Britt the Trucker. Hey, love. What's going on, Ray? Hey, everybody. TGIF. What's going on? Brand New Joy. Hey, boo. What's going on, everybody? All right, y'all. So let's get into it. There's a lot going on. So you guys know that Wendy Williams has popped up, girl, from out of the damn tombs of Jerusalem, okay, since the infamous documentary featuring a very out of touch and clearly in need of psychiatric help, Wendy Williams. All right, you guys know there was drama following the publishing of that documentary by Wendy's guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, who sued A&E as well as the production company for the documentary, claiming that it took advantage and exploited Wendy, etc. So there's a whole litigation going on thereof. All right. And then Wendy just kind of disappeared and vanished. Well, then Wendy popped up yesterday and did a press run all around the media. She did a 30-minute interview with the Breakfast Club, as well as a 30-minute interview with Don Lemon. All right. We gave live coverage of that yesterday. You guys know that those interviews were practically very emotional. There was some laughs. Wendy sounded pretty cohesive. She sounded sane. She sounded, for the most part, in her right mind. She also broke down over the situation regarding her 94-year-old father, who she wants to celebrate his coming birthday down in Miami, but it's not sure that will happen. She was joined by her niece Alex, who also was advocating for Wendy and talking about the guardianship and the conservatorship in the state of New York, which is apparently a hot ass mess, even outside of Wendy Williams, that the guardianship system of New York is got its fair share of issues, and it is a broken system that needs a lot of revision. All right. They spoke about how Wendy pretty much is living like a glamorized prisoner. She's able to make calls outbound, but receive no incoming calls. Wendy expressed fear that at some point she may not be able to even use her phone at all, which really scares her. And, you know, she just talked about the fact that she feels like the guardianship is really unnecessary and that she does not belong with the rest of these crazy ass elderly people that she is locked up on this facility floor with. And that she has a desire to be with her family back in Miami. And she wants to live off of her damn money. And she definitely had her fair share of choice words for Sabrina. Told us that Sabrina actually was the one who agreed to the documentary and wanted the documentary to be shot. Her and Sabrina actually watched it together. Called Sabrina a monster, and basically just shared, you know, some of her experiences about being under the rulership of Sabrina, who allegedly was also a Wells Fargo employee, and she was the employee who initially raised the red flag when some of these large sums of money started leaving Wendy Williams' account. You guys know that apparently a large chunk of money was spent for Kevin Jr.'s birthday. There was like $120,000 that went toward his birthday. And then there was over $100,000 worth of Uber Eats withdrawals. And then also apparently his living expenses cost $80,000 a year. And for whatever reason, Sabrina Morrissey took it upon herself to flag Wendy's account at Wells Fargo, which then led to the account being shut down. And then Wendy was going through bouts of depression and addiction, and she was being found in her apartment, passed out and having to be rushed to the hospital. And all of this eventually just led to the state appointing Sabrina as her guardian. And then Charlamagne, in the interview yesterday, let it be known that apparently the attorney that we're going to hear from today, let me get her name. I thought I had this pull up. Hold on, you guys. Her attorney, let me see if I can get this woman's name. Her attorney, what is this woman's name? What is her name? Roberta Kaplan. Okay, very white, baby. Very, very white. All right. This is Roberta. Okay. You know, she looks like a typical cartoon character. Apparently, when she was assigned to represent Wendy, allegedly, she made a financial contribution to the judge who's presiding over Wendy's guardianship. So there's some alluding to some colluding, and that this was a group effort in terms of confining Wendy Williams to this guardianship, or getting in control of her likeness and her estate and her well-being, etc. And that there may be some tethering and entanglement going on between Sabrina, the appointed attorney who works on behalf of the guardianship, and the presiding judge. All right, so there's a lot going on, girl. It's a lot of white power, baby, galvanizing like the goddamn infinity stones in this mother lover. Y'all, thumbs up, thumbs up. Exactly, Arta Omni. Exactly. Hey, Cap, what's going on, boo? All right, well, Roberta Kaplan, child, done messed around and done got her little bob, girl, her stiff ass bob in a whole chokehold after fans, as a result of the Don Lemon Breakfast Club interview, started slamming the guardianship, saying free Wendy. You guys know Alex Denise was saying, hey, we need y'all to blow up hashtag free Wendy, hashtag free Wendy. We want to see that same heat that Britney Spears fans gave to her when she was locked down in a damn conservatorship. And so this caused Roberta Kaplan to speak out. So courtesy of news article, girl, Roberta Kaplan, Wendy's attorney, tells us that Wendy is still dealing with frontal lobe dementia, a neurological disease with no cure. Roberta says that's why a NY state court found her unable to make legal and financial decisions on her own. And due to the degenerative nature of the disease, she will require care for the remainder of her life. That said, Wendy isn't enduring 365 days of failing health each year. Roberta says some days are good and she has a lot of clarity, which is why she sounded so normal and lucid when she called into the Breakfast Club Thursday morning. Wendy went on the show to vent about her life, saying that she felt like she was in prison and called her life fucked up. Wendy also blasted Sabrina Morrissey, her conservator, during the call. Kaplan is only representing Wendy in her lawsuit against A&E for producing the documentary, Where is Wendy Williams? Okay, now, let me correct myself. This might be a different attorney, okay? Since this is the attorney who is only representing Wendy in the lawsuit against A&E. This might be a different attorney than the one that is representing Wendy when it comes to the guardianship. All right. Kaplan is only representing Wendy in her lawsuit against A&E for producing the documentary, Where is Wendy Williams? Williams made several other claims too, alleging that she can't receive phone calls from loved ones, and her only consistent interactions with people are when nursemaids give her pills. Wendy's niece Alex claims that her aunt is not actually impaired and wants fans to get hashtag free Wendy trending. But Kaplan says otherwise, and she's telling fans not to let Wendy's enthusiasm fool them. Due to a guardianship court order, Morrissey is prohibited from commenting about or on Wendy and her condition. Well, since this attorney is only in place to represent Wendy as it relates to the documentary, how about she just shut the hell up? Okay, she's not a damn doctor. But and I really don't know why she's speaking at all, to be quite honest. I think most people have accepted that Wendy has FTD, frontotemporal dementia, which is a degenerating disease that screws you up slowly and painfully over a length of time, but can be slowed down if you are within the proper care. All right. However, that's not the concerns of the public and the fans. The fans are saying, why in the hell can't she have FTD in the custody of her damn family? Why in the hell can't she be cared for and live amongst her relatives? What is the justification behind a FTD? Because she's not the only celebrity who has FTD such as Bruce Willis, but unlike Wendy, he's in the care of his relatives, okay? And with Wendy's relatives being adamant about being interested in caring for her and providing for her, there's no reason why she should not first and foremost be taken care of by her family before a guardianship is appointed to her, because it's not like Wendy doesn't have family. Now, you guys know I gave a very complicated, complex commentary as it relates to this whole ordeal. You guys know that as far as I'm concerned, that we've seen Wendy's life prior to a guardianship, and it was fucked up, okay? She was seizuring all up and down her show, dressed like the Statue of Liberty. She was in and out of the goddamn rehab. She was in and out of mental health facilities. She was being found half alive. She was in and out of hospitals. And this was before a conservatorship stepped into the equation. So I'm not really sure what is actually best for Wendy, and I'm not sure who the hell is best for Wendy, as I don't know not near mother lover in the equation. I don't know Sabrina. I don't know Alex. I don't know Kevin Jr., Kevin Sr., Kevin the middle. I don't know nobody. And, you know, the past few years have kind of made everybody look weird as hell. So I don't know where in the hell she should be, but what I do know is that all of that wellness that people caught themselves hearing in Wendy's voice is the wellness that is the result of the structure provided by the conservatorship. So on one hand, there may be some imperfections with the system, and of course, it's not ideal for Wendy. But at the same time, it also seems to be rendering some stable results for Wendy, as this is the most lucid that she has sounded in a very long time. And this is a very stark contrast from what we saw in that documentary to what we heard now when she stood before the Breakfast Club and Don Lemon. All right. So the guardianship, I'm not going to completely throw out just of yet, okay? You know, and I know people were making some arguments yesterday saying, hey, she should be willing and she should be allowed to be a drug addict and an alcoholic and blow all her goddamn money and lose her goddamn mind if she want to. That should be her right. I beg to differ. I'm not sure if I'm that damn liberal to believe that people who are in trouble should be without supervision, and that there should not be some type of system or community in place to ensure a person's reasonable safetyness and well-being. All right. Well, as I unloaded my commentary around, you know, I don't know who the family is. For all I know, they are money, blood sucking leeches, just like Sabrina is. I don't know. We know that Kevin Sr. tried to use all her damn money up. And then y'all know them claims were made about Kevin Jr. also living off his mom's money, possibly taking advantage of her, and apparently also giving a lot of the money that he was receiving to his dad, who was stinking broke and was in need of coin. And there was just a lot of controversy and confusion. Now, Kevin Sr. has, you know, slammed those claims that he has taken advantage of his mother, and that any money that he receives or has access to is through consent of his mom. But then the question is, how well is Wendy to be giving consent to any damn body, since she done got out here and lost her damn mind, apparently? So, you know, there's all of that. We also know that Kevin Sr., hell, his dad has also claimed to be without foul play. And we know that the lie detector test proved that that not only is a lie, but baby, that also ain't Wendy Williams' newborn baby, bitch. Okay, so I ain't here to advocate on behalf of near side. I don't know near side. It is giving a little funky on both sides. So I'm just gonna follow the dice and see what we come up with. All right. Well, as I was saying that, baby, I guess Wendy Williams' brother must have been hoverboarding in my damn commentary, because Wendy's brother Tommy decided to go live last night, and he actually had some interesting criticisms and provided some insight into his family dynamics and how they may in fact be dropping the ball, and also slammed Charlamagne the Goddess. All right, so what I'm going to do is walk you through some talking points from his show last night. I'm also going to be referring to some of my notes here. All right, now the first thing I got to say before we get to rolling that beautiful bean footage, let me put up my fair use so I can already have it in place. What's going on, Ken Goddess? Hey, boo, TGIF. So her brother Tommy said last night that he, hold on, y'all. And y'all thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up as y'all are coming into the building, baby. All right. He said that first and foremost, that it was dumb for Wendy to talk shit about the conservator, aka Sabrina Morrissey, aka the monster, the handler, and to talk about her the way that Wendy did, considering the power position that Sabrina is in, and was it basically expressing that you get more bees with honey than with shit. So he just did not think, while it may have been enjoyable for the fans, that it was not actually appropriate nor beneficial to her in her actual situation, since she has to go through this damn woman for every damn thing, including being able to attend her father's 94th birthday in Miami. So getting on a public platform, dragging this damn woman from here to Timbuktu and flaming her ass up in the media is not going to translate too well, considering that this woman is in control of all of your goddamn estate, and you need to have her approval to even touch your own damn coochie. So how is that just going to work out? And I would have to say that that's not half bad criticism, because you do got to consider the dynamics here. Okay, you already crying about how you ain't got no privileges. You scared you gonna have your phone taken away. You don't know if your trip to be with your father gonna be approved of. But let me go ahead and drag the fuck, even if I'm speaking truth, about the bitch that got to sign off and green check and green light and permit all of my travels, all of my luxury, and all of my choices, baby. It's one of those situations, baby, where Wendy, according to the brother, was going to have to pick a damn struggle, baby. Okay, you either going to have to play Sabrina's game so you can try to get as much of what you want out of the situation, or you can arrogantly be Wendy Williams and not consider that this woman has an ego and risk getting on her last nerve and pissing her off unnecessarily when she's already difficult to begin with, and then have to really suffer the full gamut of Sabrina and her control over you. Baby, get more bees with honey than with shit, please. All right? Now, he went on to also say that the employees, I guess, of the conservatorship, which was a man and his wife, that brought Wendy down to be with all of them during Kevin Jr.'s graduation had a monitoring spirit and was taking pictures and videos of everything that they all were doing, and were taking that information back to Sabrina, and it's no telling how that information and how the visit to Miami for Kevin Jr.'s graduation was painted to the Guardianship. So I'm gonna let you guys hear him speak about that. All right, once again, covered by fair use. And this is Tommy, Wendy's brother, speaking out about the family and Charlamagne Tha God.
And things like that. And they were going back with that information. So if, they're going, everything was, of the cloth. So, yeah. They did shift around, and they were utilizing their phones at times, from my understanding, and taking some videos and looking and scrutinizing and things like that. And they were going back with that information. So if, they're going back and they're messengers, it's a messenger coming down in tandem, because it's the gentleman and his wife, right? So that's 4 eyes on the case, right? That's 4 eyes on the case. Now, 4 eyes watching family communicate and relax, or 4 eyes and saying, or eyes on the case, and you come down and you visit with family. We sit back, we break bread, we go to a restaurant. That.
Lola, baby, you got to get it in here on time, and you got to keep up with the commentary. I've already spoken to that. I'm not invested. I'm not pro or against it. I don't know what is best for Wendy. And unlike y'all, I don't act like I know Wendy. Unlike y'all, I don't act like I know her family. Unlike y'all, I don't act like I know the character of her family. Unlike y'all, I don't act like I even know Sabrina. Unlike y'all, I don't act like I know anything. I'm just following the yellow brick road. And what I do know factually is that we have been able to see Wendy Williams' life prior to guardianship and conservatorship, which was her ass being in and out the hospital, her ass being in and out of rehab, her being in and out of mental health facilities, her being found half unalived in her apartment and having to be excavated to the damn hospital. And we've been able to see her life after guardianship. So Wendy wasn't no better off without a guardianship. And if anything, as I said before earlier, all of that good wellness y'all heard in her voice is the result of all the structure being provided by the conservatorship. Because she's in an actual facility with round-the-clock care, she's not being ciphered in with drugs and cocaine and alcohol. She's getting her meds on time. She has round-the-clock medical care. She gets to her doctor's appointments. She gets her medical needs met. She has access now to sobriety. So all of that clarity, all of that lucidity that you guys heard on Don Lemon and The Breakfast Club is the result of the structure, the very regimented structure, I have to say, of the conservatorship. And so if we're being intelligent and we're not being emotional, and we're not just caping for our fave celeb, but we are actually looking at this thing objectively and kind of removing the fandom, then we have to intelligently consider that as well. And considering that Wendy Williams was a free woman who was doing really bad in her life, she couldn't even fulfill her obligations to the Wendy Williams show because of her drug and health issues. Okay, and she had access to her whole family, so they clearly wasn't serving her up and doing her ass no type of justice before she became property of the state. Okay, so I don't know what Wendy in the custody of her family would look like. I don't know if those people are people pleasing, if they will be prone to people pleasing Wendy, if they would be prone to neglecting her, maybe even enabling her in some ways, because we know how folk do, baby. When a person got power and got money, everybody start trading out their morality. Everybody start trading out their ethics in exchange for $1 or exchange for an opportunity or in exchange for some favor. And family is very much so prone to that. So I'm just acting like I don't know. I don't know these people. I'm just seeing what's going on. And I've been able to see her prior to conservatorship and after conservatorship. And she sober and she lucid and her brain seems to be braining how it should. So I don't think the conservatorship is an entirely bad thing. I think it does need to be regulated to give Wendy some more autonomy, maybe even a shared guardianship that also entails her family, as long as the relatives in question are well and are healthy and are qualified. So, you know, I'm not against it. I'm not for it, but I do agree that there should be a middle ground and that there can be some flexibility on the guardianship's behalf in order to ensure that she can also have a fulfilling emotional life, which is connected to her family life. I think that's fair. And I think the family should stay on their neck in order to get access to Wendy in that way. But I'm not here to say throw the conservatorship completely out of the window, because I'd be lying if I said I did not enjoy how vital and how well Wendy Williams sounded yesterday. And I have to accept that what I heard yesterday is the result of her being in a controlled environment where her health is the priority and where she can't bootleg people. She can't pay her personal assistant to go run to the 7-Eleven. All the things that played out, right, in the documentary. We saw her employees were willing to be compromised. They were willing to help her get things, help her to get the drinks, help her to order the drinks, and just doing all type of shit that does not do Wendy well for her situation. All right. So yeah, I ain't pro, I ain't con. I'm just trying to weigh everything accordingly.
That's well lit. You know, I'm 57, I'm coming on 58, Wendy's 60. You know, something maybe that's not dark and gloomy and not looking like the nightlife scene. You know, Wendy had no ambition of just, you know, coming down. She wasn't thirsting for the nightlife. She was thirsting to be with her son, you know, and experience his joy. Sadly, you know, with him being younger, you know, he had certain, I guess, ideas of ways to celebrate the graduation. But those things were being looked at. And trust me, notes were being taken and conversations were had.
And you know, so funny, I'm glad that you said that, Art, by Omnia. She's taking some pill in that place that Charlamagne told her not to take. And this is where I feel like kind of the whistleblowing and the like fear mongering took what's happening on Charlamagne's part, because how does Charlamagne, as a mental health advocate, as somebody who encourages Black people to take care of themselves, Black people to get the attention they need regarding their mental health, somebody who is in counseling himself, and once again, who is pro mental health, pro get help, pro do what you need to do, then tells a incapacitated woman who has a FTD diagnosis that she should not take her medicine, which is why she's able to even be lucid to begin with and even be cognitive enough to even do the goddamn interviews. I mean, he really kind of missed the mark with that. Because you know what Wendy Williams looked like when she wasn't regimented and she wasn't taking her meds and they didn't crack down on her ass, this is what it gave. Okay? Now, if that's the Wendy y'all want, is a shit show and a circus and a clown, and y'all would like Wendy to have the freedom to embarrass herself because she doesn't have the self-awareness to understand the optics, and y'all see that Wendy can put herself in positions that aren't best for her public image, and she are doing things in her decline that we know she would not do if she were lucid. If her brain was braining, I mean, then hey, champion for that. Champion for that. Champion for it, baby. Okay? So I don't know why Charlamagne, as somebody who's pro mental health, pro therapy, pro etc. Thank you, Ebony. Thank you, Boo. Would tell a woman suffering from a plethora of health issues, grave disease, frontotemporal dementia, depression, who's had to battle substance abuse, would tell someone like that to not take the prescribed medicines that once again are resulting in her being cognitive and lucid enough to be able to talk in a clear sentence and to have a sense of self-awareness, and that actually are bringing her back to sounding close to what we consider to be herself. I mean, that was straight up bullshit and irresponsible on Charlamagne's part. But back to Tommy's commentary, because he dropped a lot of things, if you were listening, you know, to what he's saying. And I'm going to pack it all up for y'all.
So, you know, things came back. The stink that been all over the internet about Wendy being upset with the guy and the footage that was staged to take the footage, right? The people that were staged be there to take the footage, right? All the hoopla about my girl Wendy, she's down here with blah 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 blah. Look, perception is 9/10 of the law. That's what I was always heard. I always heard that. And whatever the percentage is, perception does have a big handle on how people, you know, think, what people feel, you know, about the person. So I just think that, you know, maybe a more conservative visit would have been more appropriate, being that we were on stage for the Guardianship. And those are my thoughts. But I know that there was 9 days, and when Wendy said it first, yesterday evening, yeah, I know where that big error took place. And you know what? Continuous errors are taking place now.
Wow.
With these interviews. It's
wow.
like if bad enough didn't occur during the 9 days.
Okay, you know? The brother is trying to be politely frustrated, girl. Like, y'all, we dropped the ball as a family. We got to take our L and we got to straighten the fuck up. But then what y'all did was double down on us dropping the ball during the 9 days that she was here. And then y'all ran through these interviews and dog walked damn Sabrina, who we have to go through for everything, including being able to physically visit her, etc., have her calling us approved of, etc. And he really is flabbergasted by this strategy on behalf of the family. And if you guys are wondering what he's talking about when it comes to dropping the ball, I'm going to reiterate it for y'all after y'all listen to a little bit more of this.
And the unnecessary pot shots that... Yeah. I know where that big error took place. And you know what? Continuous errors are taking place now with these interviews. It's like if bad enough didn't occur during the 9 days. you know, and the unnecessary pot shots that were laid out and described, you know, over the internet on the difficulties that Wendy had when she was down here. But to be honest, she didn't have any difficulties. It was a beautiful visit. It was great. But it was just poor choice on how to spend the time, because it just seemed like it was just a party, and it wasn't. It seemed like it was, you know, it seemed like it was rah-rah, but it wasn't. It was a family visit, of which we'd love to do again, for my father's birthday. So we'll see how things go with that. Folks, I have a lot of things that I'm still processing. I have a lot of things that I did want to talk to you about. A lot of things that I just wanted to, you know, get on and talk about on an interview. But guess what? I'm not done, folks. So many.
All right. So let me sum up what's going on here. So 14 minutes into the commentary, he talks about, once again, the employee and the employee's wife who came down with Wendy for Kevin Jr.'s graduation to bring her down, were supervising Wendy, taking pictures of everything that was going on, videos of everything that was going on, and took all of that stuff back to the guardianship. He also spoke about how Wendy expressed to him how, you know, her visit to Miami for Kevin Jr.'s graduation might impact her approval to attending her father's birthday in Miami. You guys may be wondering, well, what the hell is the big to-do about what happened during her almost 10-day stay with her family during that time? Well, he goes on to say, as you guys just heard him say, that the time with the family should have been spent differently than it was when she came down. He spoke about Wendy coming down for the graduation, and that Kevin being younger. Actually, I'm gonna let y'all hear that again. I'm gonna let y'all hear it.
And then I woke up to this in the morning. And when I spoke with Wendy last night, and I said, hey, listen, those 9 days shouldn't happen like that. And I spoke with her several times about that. Even when she was here, everything was made to be a production.
All right. Everything was made to be a production. He goes on to say that Kevin Jr.'s graduation, and with Kevin being like younger, he had his own ideas of how he wanted to turn up and celebrate. And I assume what Tommy is saying is that, like, it was pretty lit because this was a young person's graduation. You know, the family was turned up. You know, they had a good time, but optically, it looked bananas because the monitoring spirits, known as the guardianship employees who brought her down, were taking notes, taking videos, doing this, doing that. And so he feels, in retrospect now, like they should have scaled it back, considering that everything being done is being reviewed by the guardianship, and that perception is reality. He seems to be frustrated that his family doesn't understand that optics do matter in this situation, whether they like it or not. And that there are things being done without mindfulness on the family's behalf that actually play more into the guardian's hands than it does the families. So the family need to get with the goddamn program. He said it was a poor choice of how to spend that time during Wendy's 9-day trip to be with her son for graduation, and that it appeared like a wild party and a rah-rah when it really was just a nice damn time with the family. But once again, perception is reality. I have to agree with this man. See, what Tommy is trying to do is get the family to play chess, not motherfucking checkers. family is just being egotistical and is just being arrogant and like, well, we know we ain't doing nothing wrong, so it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. Okay, it does matter when we're already at a disadvantage in this situation because some of the power has authority over Wendy. And based upon the way we make shit look is going to determine whether we're going to get these people to bend to our will rather than us having to bend to theirs. So we might not like the fact that we do have to be more mindful and we have to do things in a way that makes us look safe as a family, that makes us look orderly as a family, that makes us look like this is where Wendy should be and that she's going to be well and she's going to be taken care of in our presence instead of us going out to dinner and partying and drinks are being ordered and it's this and it's that. It's going to look like to the guardianship that we're allowing her to drink, we're putting her in front of temptation, that she's being compromised in all of this, and that we ultimately just don't really give a fuck, and that Wendy has higher chance of relapsing with her FTD and her addiction. So yeah, we got to play the optic game. We got to play the optic game. Because it's the opposite art. The guardianship are the high-level narcs. And I agree with him. Like, people got to have emotional intelligence. You know, like, you can't be, when you already at a disadvantage and you on somebody else's chessboard, you on somebody else's game board, you cannot be remotely dumb and stupid enough to think that the best way for you to get from point A to point B, playing somebody else's game, is to play yours and ignore that you are on and playing somebody else's game. So you got to play intelligently and you got to play mindfully, because the end result, right, is going to be that we're going to be able to appeal to the courts and to the authorities and ultimately get Wendy back, or at the very least, we'll be able to break up some of this power struggle and at least get some type of shared custody and get some type of real footing in this situation with Wendy. Tommy is the only person who is thinking from the place of the big W word, wisdom. I know, baby. That's something this culture don't like, baby. Baby, I ain't never seen a culture of people who are so arrogant, who don't give a fuck, who think that they gonna get a lot of B's with shit, who just insist upon going about their way, even if it keeps slamming their ass up against the wall. I have never seen such a collective attitude of hard-headedness and stubbornness and emotionality and being impulsive. I mean, it's crazy that people are throwing out all sensibility with the expectation that they're going to achieve what it is they desire. Makes no sense. So Tommy is extremely, extremely frustrated because it's already bad enough. Wendy, is incapacitated, but she playing into the shits. But the family is playing into the bullshit as well. And with that being said, this is going to be a long process that ultimately is going to prevail on the guardianship's part and not their part if they don't get their shit together. All right, now I want to fast forward to Charlamagne and what he had to say about Shala and some of these fake ass people that claim they love and care for Wendy Williams. Because remember, yesterday we went on to say how, where are the celebrities? Where are Wendy's friends? Why aren't these celebrities galvanizing their celebrity pool? Why aren't they openly, publicly advocating on behalf of Wendy? Why isn't anybody of means getting her and her family connected to the right attorneys, powerful attorneys, because the celebrities have the clout and they have the wherewithal to really be able to swing a mighty punch at this situation. But then again, Wendy apparently is an enemy of the industry. So these people are not supporting the bitch who dragged them and told all they got them business for the past 40 damn years. Okay, so now she's stuck with her emotionally low IQ ass family, unfortunately. But this is what he had to say about Charlamagne Tha Goodness. Let me fast forward. You guys, thumbs up, child. It's a lot going on. It is a lot going on.
I do meet with these folks to have an interview. I want to be sure that I can cover the things that are on my mind, because it seems like everything is for the people. Charlamagne in the show this morning, for the people. You know, it's for the benefit. You know, folks, you know, I have no enemies, but I just say what I feel and what I see. And what I see is I just see some bottom feeders just sitting up there, just, you know, trying to scrub some views.
Yikes.
You know, and they're not really caring about how things are floating along with her life.
Yikes.
Can it get any more noisy? I don't.
No, it can't get any more nosy, honey, because that wife is wifing over there, Tommy. Okay, baby, she getting dinner right together, baby. Okay, so shout out to wifey, baby. Okay, she don't give a damn, baby, that you out there talking to Wendy Williams fans, baby. She in that kitchening, baby. All right, so Tommy just expressed, girl, that, you know, Charlamagne and all her fake ass so-called industry friends ain't nothing but a bunch of bottom ass feet and Negroes who really don't give a fuck about Wendy just doing anything for a Klondike bar and to get up in the goddamn algorithm and for a motherfucking moment, but ain't nobody did a goddamn thing of substance for her. He's slamming the niece, talking about hashtag Wendy, like what the fuck that's supposed to do, baby? Okay, so he calling out all the people that so-called love Wendy to really get in the ring and to really get up in this thing and to really tear the house down. Tear the house down, baby. Show her the love through vigorous, unremorseful action. Okay? I ain't mad at that, because we were saying the same thing yesterday, baby. Like, y'all gonna have to get on the move. Y'all gonna have to get on the move, baby, because a hashtag ain't gonna appeal to no damn judge. A hashtag ain't gonna bring up this weird monopoly situation between the lawyer, the judge, and Sabrina ass. It's gonna take legal professionals to get up in this thing as well. There's gonna have to be some real aiding and substantive abetting in terms of the family getting a hold of Wendy and her estate and her physical self again. Playtime is over. Wendy done cried aloud, baby, and she wants to be free from Alcatraz. Kat says, a part of me just feels like, so what if Wendy wants to drink herself too? Just let her do it, right? Why should anyone care? Okay, so that's where y'all kind of getting really confused. As I had to explain on yesterday, Wendy is not locked away because she is an alcoholic. She's not locked away because she's a pill-popping heathen. She's locked away because she has a severely degenerating neurological disease known as frontal temporal dementia, as a result of her being a high-powered woman who is exacerbating her mental health and physical debilitating disease. She happens to also be addicted to alcohol and to alleged other substances, and this is rendering her, according to the state of New York, as incompetent to make the proper and informed decisions regarding her finances, regarding her self-care, regarding etc. So those rights of autonomy have been removed from her purely and mostly based upon her frontal temporal dementia, not her being an addict. But her being an addict is what was adding insult to injury regarding her frontal temporal dementia. Yes, she's in the state of New York in some high-rise building on the 2700th damn floor of some old folks' home that requires PIN codes in order to get off of. Nobody can come in or out without the proper authorization. So, yes, Wendy is in this situation not only due to her FTD diagnosis, she's also, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, baby, I don't know how to call it, this woman Sabrina, who is her conservatory, she also was a Wells Fargo bank employee. And apparently she's the one who flagged Wendy's account. Because according to her, unauthorized large sums of money were leaving Wendy's account expeditiously. And this woman from there was able to somehow, through the powers of the legal system, the powers of clever attorneys, was able to come into Wendy's situation as a whole and then take up ownership of Wendy's literal physical self. And now the family, as a result of not paying damn attention, done fucked around, moving a little bit too slow, more than likely being a little bit too much of a yes man, more than likely not being as monitoring as they should be, as Sabrina was. Because let's be honest, let me say something even more uncomfortable. It might be true that Wendy's family felt her because they allowed themselves, despite her issues with addiction and mental health, to think of her still as a competent, powerful, rich bitch. And they allowed themselves to sit on the sideline and to be her do girls and boys, instead of really being adamant about paying deep attention to what was going on in Wendy's life and making sure that they were truly there as they were seeing all of this raggediness unfold in her life. But yet, this pale bitch, Sabrina, that bitch paid a little bit more attention than that family did. That monitoring spirit called Sabrina Morrissey, baby, she was a little bit more passionate, girl, about getting a hold of Wendy's ass. She was clearly a little bit more attentive and intentional and purposeful about studying Wendy Williams' ass, baby, and looking for the prime opportunity and all the bullshit that everybody else was overlooking, that everybody else, baby, was not paying as much attention to as everybody else was leaving to God. We gonna pray for, okay, while y'all was praying for Wendy, baby, the enemy was creepy crawling up on her ass. While y'all was just leaving it to, oh, when do you get back? She's fine. While they were so busy, just like Twitch family, trying to uphold an image. Instead of understanding the call to duty, considering the circumstances, the enemy, like a goddamn cat, baby, was step by step, girl, moving through that damn front yard, silently, in stealth mode, perfecting the art of being cloaked and concealed. While everybody else, baby, was just leaving it to God, baby. We just gonna pray for a child. She'll snap back, girl. We just gonna pray for her. We gonna wait for Wendy to call. While y'all was waiting for Wendy to call, Sabrina was doing the calling. Well, y'all was leaving it to Wendy to get back with y'all, baby. Sabrina was making sure she was in the building. By all means necessary. Baby, let me tell you something. Rich black folk need their families more than ever as a result of richness. Because what a black community won't do for their leaders, what they won't do, baby, for their chain breakers, what they won't do for their black elite, the white man gonna do for our asses. Baby, you got to protect these type of people. Truly protect and be unapologetically in they shit. Be unapologetically nosy as hell. Be unapologetically protective as hell. Be unapologetic about it. Because what you won't do for your black elite, some opportunistic, raccooning and or non-black opportunistic, narcissistic, controlling, usury, exploitative motherfucker will. And now, the enemy done got in this thing, baby, and done sealed up the front door and the back door, making it damn near impossible for anybody ass to get their ass through any of the tunnels and avenues that they took to get into this shit. Baby, this is mastery on Sabrina's part. I gotta give it to this bitch, baby. The level of patience, the level of attention to detail, baby. Sabrina ass made sure that not only did she pursue all of the open tunnels into Wendy's life, she made sure once she got to the center, she sealed those motherfuckers up. And that's why her family struggling to find somewhere to get in, baby. Because Sabrina know how she got in. And she done demolitioned them damn pathways. Which is why she is sitting where she's sitting. And the family is on the outskirts. And now they crying aloud. Is it too late? I don't know. But what I know, baby, it's going to take some powerful fasting and prayer along with the right legal resources in order to undo what's been done, baby, because Sabrina now ain't working alone. She got an attorney that allegedly is also in cahoots with the goddamn judge, baby. This shit is epic. This shit is epic, girl. And these are lessons, girl, for us going forward, girl. These are lessons. So when Larry ass be up here like he was last night, Larry Reed talking about, how protective I am, this why, baby. I know how this shit goes, baby. And I make no apologies about protecting any of the damn elite in the community, baby. I got wealthy relatives. I got successful folk as friends, as cousins, as uncles, baby. And I don't get, baby, I be proud to get on their goddamn nerve, baby. I'm going to be all up in your shit, bitch. All up in your shit, bitch. Because when the enemy come, baby, you're going to be glad, baby, that when the enemy come, they got a qualified motherfucker to contend with, baby, because I'm all up in this shit too, bitch. It's going to be to the death of us. Will not be forsaken. So, that concludes my commentary. Tell me what y'all think about Tommy being in opposition of his family strategy, who think that they can afford to not be optically concerned when they should be. And tell me what you think about the fact that the guardianship despite the fact that it's not perfect, it has yielded some stable results. And the fact that Wendy life before guardianship was fucked up. Okay? Baby, she couldn't even stand up without hitting the goddamn floor. Okay? Let's never forget. So what do we do now? It's the question. I'll keep y'all posted as the story develops. Y'all thumbs up, share. Y'all already know, hit them up. Cash App, $Consciouztv, PayPal /Consciouztv, grab. All right? Subscribe if you're new here, and I will see you guys later. Peace.